I won't hold my breath, and best of luck to them if one chooses to stand up. They are enjoying their lowest approval rating ever because this is who they are trying to represent. These far-left activists who don't stand for anything. They only stand against Donald Trump, and they hate, as you just heard from that one individual who wished death upon the President of the United States, they not just hate him, they hate the nearly 80 million Americans who elected to vote him. The Democrats have officially become the party of crazy. President Trump and the Republicans are the party of common.
When Joe Rogan storms like a verbal WWE champion wielding a mic instead of folding chair and Karoline Leavitt drops an $800 million legal bomb on The View, it's not just a lawsuit, it's cultural mayhem. Daytime TV wasn't just roasted. It got body slammed with a Rogan-style roundhouse kick and a side of poetic justice. Let's unpack it, because this story is gloriously messy. When the verdict landed, you could practically hear coffee mugs crashing in unison across America. Karoline Leavitt didn't just sue The View, she dismantled it. No tweets, no viral drama, just a cold-blooded, courtroom-calibrated strike worth nearly $1 billion. This isn't just a payout. It's a full-on reckoning for years of reckless broadcasting masked as female empowerment. The Sisterhood Act exposed. And the consequences devastating.
This show that people love and hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean, it is a rabies-infested
thing they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC.
For years, The View treated truth like an optional accessory and slander like a team sport. Their drama-charged echo chamber turned political discussion into emotional karaoke loud, shaky, and hopelessly off-key. Instead of offering opinions, they launched shade missiles with zero accountability. But this time, the floor cracked beneath them. Joe Rogan was already mid-monologue, slicing through the hypocrisy with sniper-level precision. This wasn't celebrity gossip. It was a cultural cage match. And in this round, Rogan and Karoline Leavitt left no survivors. Rogan didn't come play referee. He came to rip the mic from the chaos. Fueled by outrage and holding a podcast mic hot enough to scorch steel, he dismantled the show's narrative brick by brick. Let's be honest, nobody expects TV to be perfect. But this was a designer-heeled disaster. The hosts didn't just stumble, they did a full triple backflip into a legal minefield while wearing fireworks for stilettos. Karoline Leavitt lit the fuse. For too long, The View painted her as a cartoon villain, tossing her name around like glitter and warping the truth until it deserved its own lawsuit. But Karoline wasn't laughing anymore, she was lawyering up, and she brought the fire.
You, when you were on The View, when you were running for president, you got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to. Please let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
That's right. Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. And then you actually started winning in the polls. And then the machine started working towards you.
And Red Habits has made America great again. Might as well just put us.
The View didn't just commit defamation, they did it in sequence, backed by a clapping audience like trained seals at a Vegas lounge act. But when Karoline Leavitt struck back, she didn't come with a rebuttal, she brought Judgment Day. Her legal team marched in with receipts so airtight, The View's so-called research looked like fanfiction scribbled during a caffeine crash. They didn't just miss the facts, they dodged them like dodgeballs in a middle school gym. By the time the courtroom dust settled, their legal team looked like they'd been through a mental blender days, confused, and unsure what year it was. This wasn't just a courtroom when it was a cultural detonation. And just when the fallout seemed to cool, Joe Rogan walked into the conversation. No warm-up, no build-up, he went in like a buzzsaw. His punchlines landed with surgical precision, turning commentary into comedy with lethal effect. This wasn't debate, it was execution, with a laugh track. Picture Rogan mid-rant in his podcast studio, nearly choking on a piece of elk jerky. because he was laughing so hard. Not just a chuckle, a full-blown, tears streaming, wheezing belly laugh that screamed "I told you so" louder than words ever could. The View isn't a talk show anymore. It's a therapy circle that lost the plot, where bad takes grow faster than mold in a flooded basement.
I get it. I also hate Joy Behar. So, I don't love you, but I also hate that squawking bird. So, I hate the whole thing. And frankly, that show, you want to talk about a show that set women back, is The View. You want to talk about that show, the CIA is engineering, Antifa and fucking the Capitol riot. Some crazy misogynist engineered The View. Because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of, there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View. None of them have gone near the set of The View. I mean, they have brought in the lowest tier of the, what is it, the Y chromosome? No, the X. Okay. They brought in the lowest of the double X's for that one.
When Karoline Leavitt's legal strike hit, like a precision airdrop, Joe Rogan didn't just celebrate. He turned it into a full-blown moment of vindication. He'd taken hits from their outrage machine before they tossed his name around with the same smug energy reserved for anyone who dares deviate from a pre-approved script. But this time, Joe's response wasn't outrage, it was pure, unfiltered satisfaction. He didn't just applaud Karoline, he practically handed her the championship belt live on air. Her studio mic became a flamethrower, and Rogan made sure every flame hit its target. But he didn't stop at the hosts. He went deeper, dissecting The View's entire formula, its scripted outrage, recycled applause lines, and panels that sound like Wikipedia articles read aloud by wine moms with grudges. Karoline's lawsuit didn't just cost them money, it stripped away their smug crown, vaporized their full moral high ground, and silenced the self-righteous applause with the deafening thud of legal documents. Suddenly, the queens of daytime judgment found themselves on trial literally and culturally, served cold on a platter of court filings, garnished with public humiliation. They became the internet's favorite scandal-flavored snack. And Joe, he didn't just react, she cooked. Picture him as Chef Rogan, tossing gasoline onto View's legal dumpster fire and plating it like an a la carte feast of karma. They weren't just exposed, they were flambéed.
Shift between right and left authoritarianism, and people don't recognize that if you just stop looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the actions. Whether it's war, suppression of free speech, pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, whatever it is, that used to all be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right. And now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing. I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side. We're on the right side. If it's our side that's saying this, we're sure it's the right thing to do. And no one's critically